Topic: Working with Unix tools. Name: Shyam Kumar. Roll number 21951A12C9. Subject: Operating System. Code: Subject code: ASCS 12. Section ITV. Second year, fourth semester. Unix operating system uses multi users. Unix operating system supports more than one user to access computer resources like main memory, hard disk, tape, drivers, etc. Multiple users can log on the system from different terminals and run different jobs that share the resources of a common terminal. It details with the principle of sharing. The history. The origins of Unix date back to the mid 1960s when the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, Bell Lab and Electric were developing multi time sharing operation system for the GE645 mainframe computer. Multi-featured several innovations but also presented several problems. Frustrated by the size of and complexity not by its goals. Individual researchers at Bell Labs started withdrawing from the project. The last to leave were Ken Thompson, Dennis Richett, Douglas McCroley, and Joy Osanna, who decided to implement their experience in a new project of smaller scale. This new operating system was initially without organizational backing and also without a name. The new operating system was a single tasking system. In 1970, the group coined the Arrow Unix of Uniplexed Information and Computing Service as one and Multics, which stood for Multiplexed Information and Computer Services. Brian Kerengi takes credit for the idea but adds that no one can remember the origin of the final spelling Unix. Dennis Richard, Doug Marcoli, and Peter G. Newman also credit Kerengi. The operating system was originally written in assembly language but 1973 version 4U written is C. Version 4 Unix, however, showed many PDP 11 dependent codes and was not suitable for porting. The first port to another was made 5 years later, 1978, for the Interdata 8 by 32. Multi-user Unix operating system supports more than one user to access computer resources like main memory, hard disk, tape, drives, etc. Multiple users can log onto the system from different terminals and run different jobs that share the resources of a command terminal. It deals with the principle of time sharing. Unix operating system. Unix is a powerful operating system initially developed by Ken Thompson, Dennis Richett at AT&T Bell Laboratories in 1970s. It is prevalent among scientific, engineering, and academic institutions due to its most applicative features like multitasking, flexibility, and many more. In Unix, the file system is a hierarchical structure of the files and the directories where users can store and retrieve information using the files. Features of Unix operating system. Let's discuss the features of Unix one by one. Detail. Multitasking. A Unix operating system is a multitasking operating system that allows you the more than one task from the same terminal, so the task is performed as a foreground and the others as a background process. Multi-user Unix operating system supports more than one user to access computer resources like main memory, hard disk, tape, drivers, etc. Multiple users can log on the system from different terminals and run different jobs that share the resources of a command terminal. It deals with the principle of time sharing. Portability. The futures makes the Unix watch work on different machines and platforms with the easy transfer of code to any computer system. Single significant for portion of Unix is written by C language, and only a tiny portion is coded is assembly language for specific hardware. Command structure. Linux commands are easy to understand and simple to use. Example CP, MV, etc. While working in the Unix environment, the Unix commands are case sensitive and are entered in lower case. Types of shell in Unix system. Bourne shell SH, C shell CHH, Corn shell. Bourne shell, the shell is simply called the shell. It was the first shell for Unix OS. It is still the widely available shell on a Unix system. C shell. The C shell is another popular shell is commonly available on a Unix system. The C shell was developed by the University of California at Berkeley and removed some of the shortcomings of the Bourne shell. Corn shell. The shell was created by David Corn to address the Bourne shell's user interaction and the deal of shortcomings of C shortage scripting corrects. What is Unix? The Unix operating system is a set of programs that act as a link between the computer and user. The computer programs that allocate the system of resources and coordinate all the details of the computer internet is called the operating system, the kernel. Users communicate with the kernel through a program known as the shell. The shell is a command line interpreter. It translates commands entered by the users and converts them into a language that is understood by the kernel. Unix was originally developed in 1969 by a group of AT&T employees Ken Thompson, Dennis Richard, Douglas McCroley, and Joy Usonna at Bell Labs. There are various Unix variants available in the market. Solaris Unix, AIX, HP Unix, and BSD. Few examples lines is also a flavor of Unix which is freely available. Several people can use a Unix computer at the same time. Hence, Unix is called multi-user system. A user can also run multiple programs at the same time. In Unix is multitasking environment. System boot up. If you have a computer which has the Unix operating system installed in it, then you simply needed to turn on the system to make it live. As soon as you turn on the system, it starts booting up, and finally it promotes use to log into the system, which is an activity to log into the system and use it for your day-to-day activities. Here is the information about all the listed columns. First column represents the file type and permissions give on the file. Below the of all types of files. Second column represents the number of memory blocks taken by the file or directory. Third column represents the owner of the file. This is the Unix user who created this file. Fourth column represents the group of the owner. Every Unix user has an associate group. Fifth column represents the file size in bytes. Sixth column represents the date and time when this file was created or modified for the last time. Seventh column represents the file or the directory name. Here the details of four columns. First column represents total number of lines in the file. Second column represents the total number of words in the file. Third column represents the total number of bytes in the file. This is the actual size of the file. Fourth column represents the file name. Standard Unix streams. Under normal circumstances, every Unix presents has the three streams files opened for it when it is up. Standard input and out stdin is referred to as the standard input and associated file descriptor is 0. This is also represented as stdin. The Unix program will read default input stdin stdou2 This is referred to as the standard output and the associated file descriptor is 1. This is represented as stdou2. The Unix program which write the default output as stdout stderr. This is referred to as the standard error and the associated file descriptor is 2. This is also represented as stderr. The Unix program will write all the error messages and stdder. Advantages of Unix operating system: support multiple users and multitasking. Multiple users can access the Unix operating system. Operating programs work in parallel, thus supporting multitasking. Free. Being free and customizable, Unix is a top of choice for operating system. Portable. Being created using the language Unix operating system is highly portable and easy to use. What is my password? For newly created my account, so password will secure the simply be your student number once inside the Unix system. However, you should change your password from the Viva to the password command. How to change my password? Give my command password to the shell promote. The shell then execute the utility designed to allow a change of password. The first item the password utility asks for is your old password. This is verification is necessary to disallow any unauthorized users to alter your password. The newly operating system was a single tasking system. In 1970, the group coined the name Unix for Uniplexed Information and Computing Services has a pun on Multics, which stood for Multiplexed Information and Computer Service Brain. Kringen takes credit for the idea, but that no one can remember the origin of the spelling Unix. Dennis Richard. The operating system was originally written in assembly language, but in 1973 version 4 Unix was rewritten in C. Version 4 Unix, however, still had many PDP 11 dependent codes and was not suitable for porting. The first port to another platform was made 5 years later, 1978 for the Interdata 8x32. In the 1990s, Unix and Unix like systems grew in popularity and became the operating system of choice for over 90% of the world's top 500 fastest supercomputers.